is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the show. I see we got plenty
Hi
of people
guys.
in the chat already.
Yo, I appreciate everyone spawning. Sorry, yeah,
Spawning Dawn FM.
swarming. Yeah, just so many Don FMs spawning all over the place. Yeah, thank you guys. What's up? What's up? How's it going? I'm Cesco. That's Matt over there. Oh my God. Uh,
We here.
and yeah, we are here for another edition of Our Thoughts Live. And man, do we have a lot to talk about. But first, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. A lot to talk about. A lot has been going on past week or so, just in music in
Yeah.
general.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I've been good. I was watching the Kanye documentary earlier today. That's been
Whew.
really interesting. I definitely want to talk about that when all the episodes come out.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but man, I've been really wanting to talk about a lot of different music things. So I'm glad that this live landed in the news feed, cycle when it did.
Yeah, man. Wow.
But yeah, man, I've been good. What about you? What are you listening to? Things you're up to? What's on your mind?
Oh, yeah, man. We'll get to what we're listening to towards the end with our new recurring segment. What's in our rotation, I think is what
Right,
we're
right,
calling
right.
that. But yeah, man, I've been doing all right. As you can see, I'm in my bigote era. I'm shaved the beard off, and now I'm a new man.
It's got the stash.
Yeah. Had to get ourselves ready for the Our Thoughts Awards, which we'll touch on in a second. But yeah, I've been watching. Man, I guess Netflix has been in our heads rent free because I've been watching Love Is Blind. If you
Oh,
guys don't know, it's this trashy ass romantic romance reality show where they take a bunch of people and they put them into different pods where they can't see each other and they have to get to know each other and
bruh.
the day they meet like and know and see each other is when they propose to each other, or even they propose and get engaged and then they see each other.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
That
and it is
sounds
like,
really like just awful.
yeah, it's terrible, but I love it so much. For some reason, me and my best friend were watching it, and it is like season one was interesting, but it wasn't as effective because everyone was fucking attractive as hell.
Mm.
But season two, they kind of got more average looking people. So like the experiment is a little more effective, and like we're seeing some people be like, oh, like you are who
Mm.
like there's one person. The first thing they did when they met each other, the first thing the dude did was grab her ass when they met, and then it's like, oh yeah, like we're married now, we're fiancés. Like I don't know, they grabbed whoever the casting director for that thing is, like killed it because it's just the weirdest collection of people that have issues. So I've been loving that, but other than that, man, just yeah, just trying to get by on the school week grind,
Feel you.
doing all that, just trying to get to the Our Thoughts Live. Thursdays are really like what I work up to. I live week to week, to be honest. So, um,
True.
yeah, man, that's been pretty much it. Just a quick overview because I know a lot of you are here. For the phase two stuff, I'm gonna run through the track list real quick so you guys know what to expect. So we're gonna talk about the Cudi and Ye beef. We're gonna talk about Super Bowl halftime show. We're gonna
Yes.
talk about the weekly weekend update. Obviously, we got the phase two coming. His Super Bowl, like just looking back on his Super Bowl performance. And then we're gonna do our new segment. Well, it's not a new segment. We did it before, but we're gonna do it for the first time on live. Good thought, bad thought. We got a bunch of your guys' suggestions on which artists you want us to have our unfiltered opinions on, and we're gonna give one good thought, one bad thought, and maybe a couple more in between just for fun. So stick around for that. As for right now, oh, real quick, let's plug a video that we dropped. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
season 5 is underway, and one of the uh, benefits of season 5, one of the new things we're adding is we're going to be way more consistent. You're going to be seeing a lot of us more often, and we're going to be putting more highlight videos from these streams. So, keep letting us know, keep being interactive, and keep interacting with us in the chat, because those videos are going to be published on YouTube, and you have a chance to like just interact with us and make like a cool moment or something. So yeah,
Yeah.
here we have a brand new highlight video, our first highlight video. It was of us reacting to the Complex's Greatest Rapper Alive list that they put out, and there's some crazy, some crazy people they put on there sometimes. Like, just some crazy upsets, and yeah, fun times, fun times. Yeah. Is there anything you want to add to that before we plug the next thing?
No, yeah, go ahead and check that out, and be sure to just put on our notifications so that you know like when we're posting, especially when we go live. Because a lot of people, I'll get when we post these highlights or like stuff from the stream, they're like, "Oh, like I wish I was there," or like, "Oh, I missed the stream." Go ahead
Yeah.
and while you're down there, subscribe, but also turn on the notifications so that you know when we stream, and you'll be a part of not only the live streams but the YouTube videos that we make from the live stream.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah,
Hmm.
go show that video some love. Got
Yeah.
some featured some of our very own tater thoughts in the video as well.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah, bro, I think the the next few things we got coming up though are what I'm extremely excited about and some fan favorites. So let's just go ahead and jump into that.
Yes. So, first of all, we will be dropping another video this Saturday. Yeah, you will be seeing us 3 times a week, maybe four, depending on
Wow.
how we're feeling. This Saturday, we will be dropping our the highlights video for our R&B album draft. So be sure to tune in for that. It's gonna be have visuals, background music, cool vibes, some nice for you to have us in the background while you guys work, while you guys do schoolwork, all that stuff. So yeah, that was a good time. And check our Instagram and Twitter for if you want to see like the album covers that we put up for that. Like we go all out with the draft. So and then this is the big one, guys. This is what we're super excited to do to announce. Well, we announced it, but we're just kind of promoting it.
Hmm.
Next Thursday, we will be doing the the fourth annual Our Thoughts Awards.
Yes.
It is a yearly show we put on, and we have the last year was really fun, really amazing, the funnest, and you guys were a big part of why it was so fun. So be sure to come through Thursday, same time, same channel right here. And we are happy to announce that we have a special live performance coming to you from someone y'all love, someone we love. At the very end, right after we announced the last for record of the year, People's Choice Record of the Year. So you know, I can't believe we got this person to perform, and it's gonna be a
we
fun time.
we
You
had to
guys
pull
are,
some strings, all right?
yeah,
We had to go through a lot of management, climb up the ladder to get in contact with this person, but
yeah.
they finally agreed to be on the show. So
Wow.
check it out next Thursday, Our Thoughts Awards live performance by I don't know, someone we all know. We're not gonna say much or give you any hints as to who it is. We're gonna keep that a surprise, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it'll be a night to remember for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just to say my God, a goated moment in our thoughts history.
Goaded.
Also, also, keep an eye out on Matt's story, by the way, because on sometime next week, he will be putting out the polls for the People's Choice Record of the Year stuff. So you guys will actually get
Yes.
to vote on who wins Record of the Year for the Our Thoughts Awards. So keep an eye out for that. There's we'll also be posting like the nominations again very soon, so you guys get reminded who first of all got nominated. But
Mhm.
fun times ahead very soon. Hope you guys come dressed to the nines because we'll be dressed up, buttoned up and all that stuff. Um, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of Ed Sheeran's, Frank Ocean, interesting. DJ Khaled,
Okay.
the Weeknd's in there. Okay, some good guesses, interesting guesses.
We'll see. We'll see.
Um, yeah, we'll see. But stay tuned for that. Again, we're gonna hold you to it. But what else? That's it. All right, let's get into that's it for the show, guys. Thank you
Yep.
for coming.
Goodbye.
Uh,
Plug a couple things. It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
5 minute show this time around.
yeah. All right, so let's get into the actual news. Let's start off with some beef, real quick. Let's warm
Mm.
up. I know we all want to get to the Super Bowl halftime stuff and the weekend stuff, but let's.
But there was something
Some
there was something else trending on Super Bowl Sunday other than the Super Bowl. And
yeah.
okay, go ahead. I just had to put that in there cuz
No, no, go ahead. Actually, intro the whole thing
Sure.
because yeah,
Okay. As you guys have probably seen from the past week or so, 2 weeks,
mm,
Kanye has been all over social media, all over Instagram, just creating so much beef and drama. Um, I don't know. He's posting screenshots. Okay, basically, he's burning all his bridges, is what it seems like.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people are like people we love, people he's collaborated with. He even posted this, the meme of him, like the Marvel Civil War poster, where
Oh
it's
my
like
God, yeah.
him and like Julia Fox and I don't know who's on his side, but then it's like
It's like
against
Drake,
yeah
Future.
Drake
Future
Future.
lined up against Taylor Swift is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I love how they still included Taylor Swift even though she has nothing to do with anything that's been going on for the past
Nothing.
like 2 weeks. But yeah, man, no, Kanye has been kind of calling people out, and the one that I kind of was not really paying much attention to it, but when he started calling out Kid Cudi for some reason, that's kind of
Yeah.
like what made me confused, kind of upset here. Let me bring it up. As you can see, from this Twitter thread, basically, uh, Kid Cudi responds to Kanye West's Instagram post, which is I don't know if you saw the post or if they have it here, but oh, here it is. Okay, basically, just so everyone knows, Cudi will not be on Donda 2 because he's friends with you know who. We will speak in Billy language now, which I didn't really like know what this meant, but people were like, is he talking about Billie Eilish? Is he talking about
Oh
Pete
yeah.
Davidson? Obviously, it's
I
about.
think he's
Oh wait,
sorry.
who do you think it's about?
I think it's about Billie Eilish because like the way that Billie was like, oh, I don't talk to, I make sure I wait for my audience and make sure they're okay before I keep
Hmm.
performing. So kind of like it's just like passive aggressiveness basically like sub disses all that stuff. That's what I thought Billie language was.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah.
is that gonna be a new term we use now? Like, yo,
The Billy
new
language.
Drake, dropped that new single. He's spoken that Billy language against. I don't even know.
Damn.
But yeah, what do you think it's gonna? What do you think it is about?
Well, I mean, the whole Billy language thing, yeah, he's trying to be cryptic, but he's mainly talking about the fact that Kid Cudi is like friends with Pete Davidson. I mean, there's a photo of
Yeah,
all of them at Kanye's house where it's Kanye, Timothy Chalamet, Kid Cudi, and Pete Davidson all hanging out and having dinner together.
yeah,
And so they're kind of mutual. And so Kanye, it's his rival enemy right now is Pete Davidson. And
yeah.
Kid Cudi is still friends with him. And so he like went out and publicly was like, Kid Cudi's not even on the album because you're still friends with you know who. And it was just really petty. And then Kid Cudi responds, he said, he says, "Too bad I don't want to be on your album, you fucking dinosaur." Everyone knows I'm the best thing about your album since I met you. I'm gonna pray for you, brother.
Oh, damn.
um, yeah, and so yeah, and like Kid Cudi's like, we talked about this. Like, I'm not trying to lose a friend over it. It was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kanye, I mean,
You fucking dinosaur.
was he wrong though?
Kid Cudi brought some points,
Yeah.
and yeah, who do you? Because my opinion is that like both of them said wrong stuff in this statement because
Hmm.
Kanye is obviously wrong. Like I get where Kanye's standpoint is, like if you're friends with the ops,
Yeah.
then fuck out of here, kind of thing. I get the principle. But when you've worked with Kid Cudi for so long, are you really gonna burn that bridge just because he's hung out with Pete Davidson,
Yeah.
with
That's what was
Skeet as he
stupid
calls
about it.
him?
Yeah, that's what was dumb
Yeah,
about it.
can we talk real quick about the fact that Kanye, out of all the names and out of all the like disses he could have gave, he chose for the man who is with his wife right now to have it to be Skeet. Like there's
Yeah.
so many the responses and retorts I could have as Pete Davidson are countless. I have millions of responses for him calling me Skeet. Like that's like the easiest. I don't know. But yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
No, I mean, yeah, no, I was just pretty much saying how, um, I don't know. I guess I can kind of get into it when we get into our good thought, bad thought about Kanye a little bit later in the show.
Yeah.
But this is kind of, I remember when this all was coming out and I saw the thing with Kid Cudi where I was like, Kanye's really been on my nerves lately. He hasn't really been, you know, what he was. And then I saw this. I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, somebody got to stop him. Like, somebody please, like, help him out because he's clearly tripping. But
Yeah,
I'll save my detailed thoughts for that segment because
for sure.
it kind of gets into what I think about Kanye as an artist right now.
Okay.
But no, I mean it was kind of jarring. Everybody's talking shit about Kanye, and now everyone's talking shit about Julia Fox too, which is really my favorite
Yeah,
part because
yeah.
the more they interview Julia Fox about her relationship with Kanye, I'm like, okay, I can see why they were like friends for a little bit because they honestly think
Uh-huh.
very similarly, and like, but I think Julia Fox is just a little more naive than Kanye.
Yeah.
You know, she basically thought that she was like the it girl, man. Like she was
Hmm.
everybody was talking. She thought she was the new Kim Kardashian, and then that she lasted one
Yeah.
month, and now everyone's like, who is Julia Fox?
I know, I know. Did you see that she like made an Instagram post saying like, "Oh, people were thought that I was in love with Ye, but I actually hustled him, and it's
Yeah,
all we're on good terms." It's so weird. Like, why would you? I don't know. I don't know. Why would you say that you hustled someone just because? Just hustle them.
yeah,
Just do it,
and get
and
out.
I don't know. Yeah,
It's the
like
clout.
you got the bag, you got the bag, you got the clout. Like, just leave. But instead, you gotta run around, do your little victory lap, and now it just looks super like
I
corny.
know.
So
Do her
yeah,
interviews.
yeah. So the Safdie brothers, man, they really like were working their ass off on Uncut Gems, like to make Julia Fox look like the because that's what everyone was like basing their uh why they love Julia Fox so much just because her role in Uncut Gems. So
Mm,
goddamn, like they were working double overtime to make it look like really amazing, huh?
I know.
Um,
She's tainted that for me
but
now.
yeah, damn, how are you gonna ruin Uncut? Anyways, so yeah, again, we'll talk a little bit about Kanye in a bit, but also Fade Foxy. Yes, we will be talking about Phase Two and what that is about in a second, right after we discuss the Super Bowl halftime show.
Let's go. Let's go Rams. Shout out Rams.
Let's,
LA represent. Didn't watch a single
damn man.
game this season, but I was all over that Super Bowl. It was the
That's the
home
funny
team.
thing. Whether it's the NBA Finals, the Super Bowl, I love it that everyone has a sport that everyone watches and they have to pretend like they know about it and
Yep.
and be like, oh man, I don't get. Why did he do that? Why did he go for the tackle instead of like I caught myself doing that a couple times and being like, wait, I don't know this person. I haven't seen a
I
game
know.
besides the Super Bowl.
It
So
was a good
yeah,
game
no,
though. It was a good game.
good game.
I was pretty invested the whole time. And usually Super Bowl games, at least the last two have been so boring because it's like one team
Oh yeah.
kind of just, wipes out the other one. But this one was kind of all the way up till the final quarter. But
Yeah, yeah.
Rams pulled it out. They had their little
Hey.
victory parade today, I think, or yesterday, downtown
Oh
LA.
yeah,
So,
that was cool. That was cool. Have you what'd you think about the commercials? I thought they were
bro,
yeah.
too many crypto commercials. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
That stuff
Did
was
you scan
scary.
that QR code? Did you scan that QR code?
No, because they were probably gonna like that was probably some QR code to like fucking put ads in my brain or something, or like I have probably have cookies like following me or something. I don't know.
Yeah, to like implant. Yeah.
It was weird. Like there were so many. It was like Salesforce, and then there were like just Crypto.com, and then it was just like
Metaverse.
the metaverse stuff. I'm like, this is like, someone made a tweet. It was like this was when, like in back in like 1999 or no, back before the
Mm-hmm.
internet, when everyone was in that .com phase, and they were like,
Yeah.
.com, like the internet is the future. Like you can live your whole life on there. That's what this felt like,
Uh-huh.
because it was just weird. And I was like, I feel like I'm living in Black Mirror or something. The way that I'm just like being fed this like propaganda where it's like, oh, the real world sucks. Like, come to the metaverse. I'm like, oh god.
Oh my God, dude, after that first Metaverse commercial where it's like the Five Nights at Freddy's like animatronics where
Yeah.
they're all like performing at Chuck E. Cheese or whatever and then they all separate and they all meet each other. After that one commercial, every single commercial that I play, I'm like, okay, how is this going to tie into the metaverse?
Right.
Like at this point, if they can make some animatronic weird shit somehow tie into the metaverse, anything, there's nothing off the table.
Yeah.
So, but there wasn't that much. Yeah, like you said, it was a lot of just capitalism shit
Yep.
and
Well,
not like cool, like. nothing like like a commercial for a brand or like a funny skit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there wasn't as much. We got a cool Doctor Strange thing that makes me more confident about the movie. Like, I'm pretty excited about that. But I don't know. There wasn't really that much for me that stood out to me for in terms of Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah, not really. I
That's just me.
think the main one I saw people talking about was the LeBron one with the CGI LeBron.
Yeah, that one's cool. That one was kind of crazy.
Everyone's like, this is the greatest commercial. And I'm like, I can't get over
Mm,
CGI LeBron. Like that looked so
yeah.
off. I was
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't it
what the hell is that?
wasn't Mandalorian season 2 bad? Like with Luke,
Oh,
spoilers, Luke Skywalker, like that looked like a video game. Like straight up, it looked like a video game imposed onto a real face. But that was pretty jarring. That was
yeah.
pretty weird. Um,
But
there's a
no.
lot of memes about it too. Like, yo, do not trade for Russell Westbrook. He is trash, which I loved. Um, but yeah, no, that was definitely a standout commercial just because like how weird that was. But I don't know. Yeah, and also the game was pretty good. But let's get to what everyone, like, there are people that are there to watch the game, the people that are there to watch commercials, but every single person is there watching the halftime show because that's like
Yes.
the biggest music event of the year, damn near, pretty much. Yeah, yeah, I'm willing to stand by that statement. Yeah, yeah. What'd you think about it, man? LA represented big time on here.
Yeah.
We had so many standout moments. What were some that stood out to you?
Yeah, I think what I thought was really cool was first of all the kind of the stage that they had set up. I love how it was
Hmm.
like this long, it was like the block, it was just like a street corner
Yeah,
where it was like, the houses, and then they even had like a burger joint, and then they try to do, the
the
donut,
barber.
yeah,
Yeah,
the barber,
yeah.
um which is really cool. And I loved how it kind of like went, and like we went through each like scene in each room, and then like they were on top. So overall, I felt like the
Yeah.
the like set was really cool. And I loved how many extras they had. Like they had like the whole, it was like the whole neighborhood or something. It was like coming out and dancing in the street is what it looked like.
Yo.
But no,
Yeah.
it was dope. I loved the mashup, because that was one thing I brought up when we were talking about, like, oh, what could they do for this halftime show with like five different artists? There's so
Mm.
many hits. Like, how are they gonna blend it all together? And I love that they went with a live instrumental versions of all the songs. And I mean,
Mm.
you open and Dr. Dre's like already on the tables. He's like turning the keys. He like stands up and he's like playing the piano. So that was really cool. They were
Yeah.
able to like be, you know, musical like for the actual halftime instead of some weird remix, that they kind of tossed together. And
Yeah.
and with that, we got some like surprise guests too. Anderson Paak on the drums for Eminem, which was really cool. 50 Cent came through, like the West Coast, East Coast, kind of like joined forces on this one. So I was glad
Yeah.
to see, or I was actually surprised that we got more people, because I was like, damn, already there's like five headliners, and they even brought even more stars out. And that was kind of the
Hmm.
the main theme of this whole Super Bowl is like when it's in LA, everybody's there, which was cool.
Yeah.
But no, I think performance wise, it was dope. The seeing Dr. Dre and Snoop like perform their classics together. Like I don't know the last time I saw them do that live. Like, and
Hmm.
then Kendrick obviously coming through with. I did wish that I wished Kendrick had more songs. It was like Dr. Dre and Snoop had a lot of time. And I'm like, Kendrick has
Yeah.
so many more. Like, Mary J. Blige is there. Might as well do Now or Never. That's the bonus track from Good Kid,
Yeah.
Mad City, that has both of
Get
them
the
on there.
creams up for that one,
Yeah.
you know?
But no, it was dope. Eminem was really good. Everyone was really good, and the instrumental was awesome. And I just love the whole pride part of it. By the end, they're like the dude just waving the Compton flag. I'm like, damn, this is pretty dope. So no,
You
I
got
loved it.
people crip walking on live television, Super
Yeah,
Bowl halftime show,
yeah,
dressed in like super LA gear, the beige tracksuit with the
yeah,
beanie.
yep,
Yo, like I was saying like we just need is like a Korean street taco like
yeah,
featured at some point in the
yeah.
show and boom, LA, like we got it.
It was
Man,
it was
yeah, and
definitely representative of it. Like it felt like LA.
yeah, and at a certain point, honestly, it became it was LA. It was always full on LA, but then towards the end, it became like a moment for hip hop as a whole,
Yeah.
which was crazy because you had obviously you had the LA influence. You got Snoop, you got Kendrick, you got Dr. Dre, but then you bring in 50 Cent. Like that cool. That was a sick transition. How they show him on the roof, Snoop and Dre, and then they look down. And it quickly like whips over, and you see 50 Cent upside down,
Yeah. And then he was in the club
recreating
and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, recreating his music video in the club. If you guys go back, like his first you've all heard in the club.
Yeah.
Um, check out the music video. Kind of recreates it. Kind of funny. It's been memed all over the place. So that was really fun. And then you got, one of my favorite moments was just the very beginning when you just see Dr. Dre like rising onto
Yes.
the stage and like the control panels. Like it felt like like he's like curating this whole thing. Like
Mhm.
he's like, all right, like Kendrick, you go on. Mary J. Blige, your turn.
I
Kind of
know.
thing. Like it really felt like the Avengers of hip hop. Like they treated them like superheroes, where we kind
Yeah.
of see each of them in their own world, kind of thing, like in their own like mythologized world. You got Eminem coming in. Of course, he has to perform "Lose Yourself." Like that's like the number one, absolutely like on everyone's Super Bowl halftime show bingo card. Like that was
Yep.
it. It's yeah, I think, and it was just really cool that again going on hip hop like it's still like really the genre of hip hop is so young that this is like one of the first real times we got to see hip hop age graceful, like hip hop icons age gracefully and still
Mhm.
perform. Like up to this point, we haven't really had too many hip hop legacy acts. Like if you think in like rock, we have like Bruce Springsteen, the
True.
Queen, Aerosmith. Like we have all those people, but for hip hop, like this is it. Like we got Dr. Dre, we got Snoop is still very much. He's probably the most popular person in the world.
Right
You
now,
got
yeah.
yeah, you got fucking. I mean, Mary J. Blige too. She's gonna get a lot of eyes on her now. I'm trying to
Before
think.
we before
Eminem.
we keep going,
Yeah.
do you want to call me on Zoom? Cause I'm getting a little robotic. Uh, you're getting
Oh
consumed by the dawn
damn.
again.
Damn, not again,
I
man.
know.
Okay.
It was going
All
well, but
right.
then it went south. But here, I'll call you on
All
there,
right.
and then we'll continue.
Okay. All right, guys. Stay tuned. Do not leave us. Do not leave. Promise we'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Okay. Oh man, this is what happens. This is what happens, y'all. Um, I want to talk about the Kendrick on there because clearly somebody didn't drop a single before the fucking halftime show. And I remember when we said if he doesn't drop a single, then we're gonna cry, and that's what I was doing days before the halftime show because he didn't drop anything. Um, but he did do a good job. I know it's okay, y'all. I swear he's coming back. Let's see if he'll be able to come out of the. Well, this is kind of cool. If he'll be consumed by the dawn. No, we did not talk about phase two yet. We will talk about that very soon. But go ahead and leave your suggestions or what you guys predict in the comments because we'll definitely be going off of those as well. But let's see. Oh, he's back.
Oh, okay. We're back on? Are we live right now?
Yes, we're all good.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Thank you guys for coming through, for staying. I mean, but yeah, what was the last thing I said before it was just like completely blacked out?
Main thing, which I like that you were bringing up, but it was about how rap doesn't really have legacy acts, or like how
Mm,
rock has legacy acts, like you said, like Aerosmith and stuff like that.
yeah.
And this definitely was one of those instances where I was like, this is kind of just a legendary moment. That's why I think I tweeted out. I was like, this was like such a dope moment for hip hop in general to like
Oh yeah.
be on this platform. And of course, you got some haters who came out and said that this was the worst thing they've ever seen. That
Oh
this
my
this
God.
nobody knew who these people are. Like who is Mary J. Blige? Like I saw a lot of that, and I will say it was a certain type of people that said those things. So, but I had a good
You know the
time.
kind. Yeah, it was amazing for everyone who is willing to to understand and try to, not who's not hating basically. They enjoyed it. It was a great moment. I think they, you know, I think out of all the, if I had one critique, I'd say also, hold on, real quick before I get into that, I really love that Kendrick was there. One thing you said was that you wish Kendrick had more time,
Yeah.
but to me, that struck me as he still got more to go. Because like when you think about who he's with, it's Dr. Dre, it's Snoop Dogg,
Uh,
it's um, Eminem. Like they've gone their whole entire career lifespan pretty much. Like they're not gonna go into another wave of
right.
making of getting into the politics of music or whatever. Kendrick's still in there, so I think that him being there was kind of like them, kind of like an extension of that moment when who was it? Snoop Dogg was like, "Oh, you got the torch, now run with it,"
Yes.
kind of thing. I kind of felt like this was like a checkpoint. Like you're still here, you're still doing your thing. We just want to, we recognize you as one of our own, kind of thing. So I think this is maybe like a prequel for him doing his own Super Bowl, headlining his own Super Bowl show, like sometime in the near
He
future.
totally could. He totally
Yeah.
could. But I guess we'll see where his next album gets him because I feel like Kendrick has that, like, totally has that, like, star quality. I mean, someone
Oh
who
yeah.
could be easily, if he's not already, like, okay, Kendrick, if you're in the just music world, even not only just rap, but just music in general, you know who Kendrick Lamar is. But
Oh
not
yeah.
everybody, you know, like he's not a household name for everyone like the Weeknd is now. He's
Mm,
one of the biggest artists in the world, if not the
yeah.
biggest on Spotify. He did the Super Bowl. So I think we'll see what Kendrick's next album does for his, stardom, I guess, or his,
Yeah.
overall mainstream notoriety.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he's already doing Super Bowl, like,
It's getting scary for like these artists. Like I'll just say it straight up. We're gonna talk about him in a bit. Drake, man. He was talking kind of crazy in that interview with Rap Radar. He was saying like, oh, we're gonna see who can go that extra mile in the 2020s. You guys, me, J. Cole, and Kendrick, we both did great in the 2010s, but we'll see who can,
mm-hmm.
make it last and really go that extra mile. And I don't know, man. From what we've seen with Drake, is an interesting start to the 2020s. We'll see where Kendrick starts off, and we'll see, how the we saw J. Cole too. So that, and also one thing I was thinking about is Kendrick is like really one of the greatest performers in rap. Like he's like doing choreography,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
looking
yeah.
crazy, like chaotic, and um, he just has such a flair about him that we don't see much rappers have. Usually rappers, they just kind of do the whole Mike,
Yeah.
yo, say my shit, like
Yeah.
kind of
Yep.
thing. He performs like for real.
That
So
moment with the backup dancers and they all like kind of looking the same really reminded me of like what the Weeknd did with his backup dancers, and they kind of like did the
yeah.
formation and they had this like a
Hmm.
similar vibe. So I was like, oh, okay, I can see maybe he was inspired or something like that.
It also kind of
Um,
reminded me of a Humble music video where it's
yes,
like all the bald headed dudes kind of
yeah,
going nodding their head crazy. Yeah, I loved it. Speaking of Kendrick, hold on, one last thing about Kendrick. I forgot to write it on the doc. He will be performing in a festival in Italy
yes,
where he'll be performing quote unquote pieces of the next album.
yeah. I don't know what this festival is, but it was
I've never heard of it.
there was
Yeah.
something specific about why it was there, and I think it was one of his first shows or something. It was something like that, like one of the first places. It was along those lines. There's so like a specific reason career wise why he is going
Hmm.
back there. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I guess that means we'll be hopefully getting something by around June. Maybe
Summer, like it's gonna be a summer album.
yeah,
Was
maybe it's a summer
Dawn or
album.
Dawn? Damn, a summer album, I think.
I don't was it? It might
I
have been.
vaguely remember it coming out. It was out by the time we graduated high school.
Okay.
That's how I remember it.
Then it was probably in the summer.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm sure it'll be a nice summer vibe. That's kind of where Kendrick lives. I feel like his albums is in the summer. So
Mm,
right in line. We're gonna be in full Kendrick mode very soon, man.
yes.
There's a video that you guys have been curious. Where is it? What is it? Why is it not out? might not be that might not be the case very soon. So
Very
we'll see how
soon.
it goes.
And this is a if you know moment.
Yeah. If you've been with us for a while now, you know. But yeah, is that all we want to talk about with the Super Bowl?
Yeah, let's move on to what the people are here for.
Yeah, man. All right. So first of all, real quick, if we have enough time, we're gonna do a quick little Q&A segment at the end of the stream, after good thought, bad thought. So if you guys just want to ask us anything, like it can be about music, but we encourage to ask something beyond that if you want.
Anything.
Just get to know us. Why not? Let's just all chill, hang out, get to know each other. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we get into the staple segment of this stream.
The Staples
And
segment.
yes.
This segment is sponsored by Staples.
Yes, not crypto.com. Why
No.
did you change the name of that arena? God damn.
Oh, fuck that. It's the Staples arena for me.
Yeah.
It's not crypto.com arena.
It's the .com that hurts for me. Crypto Center is like kind of sick. It's kind of
Crypto.com center.
That's just pure capitalism right there.
Literally. It's like what if it was like crypto.godaddy.com center, or like just you gotta put the whole URL in the name.
Cash App, Venmo.
Yeah.
Center.
Cash
my
App,
God.
$, Staples Center.
Shoot me. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weekly weekend update.
Oh, my camera's not here anymore.
I know. Oh my God.
Hey, we can do that now.
I know. Off your dime, ladies and gentlemen, we are able to fuck around a little more. We're able to look like even more losers than we typically do. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weekly weekend update. We got a lot to update you on. First of all, speaking of Super Bowl, the Weeknd Super Bowl performance was about a year ago, like a year and some change ago.
Mm-hmm.
What a moment for XO, that was a really great moment.
I'm glad that they replayed some. I don't know if you were watching during that moment of the Super Bowl, but they actually played back the Weeknd's last show, or Super Bowl halftime, and then they kind of cut to him and he was there like vibing to his own music. So cool. Which was a cool moment.
Good for him, man.
Imagine him just being like, oh yeah, that was me. Fucking the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah. I saw it on social media, and that was a cool. I love his little reaction. He's just like, "Oh yeah, there I am."
He's like, "Oh, this guy seems pretty cool."
Yeah. I like his vibe. But yeah, what a moment for XO. I still get emotional whenever I check it out. Whenever I rewatch it, I'm like, "Damn."
Yeah, bro.
House of Balloons. That
what a moment.
Honestly, insane. And also, yesterday, happy birthday to the Weeknd, to Abel. If you're here lurking in the chats, don't let us know. You don't have to, but happy birthday. Hope you're doing well. We wish you all the best. Hope you have watched our Don FM cinematic breakdown or whatever. Hope you like
what do you think he did for his birthday?
Just chilled. Like I
chilled at home.
Wait,
with the
Super
dog.
Bowl? No. He probably with the dog, played some video games,
Got some takeout.
I don't think he did much. Yeah, got some takeout, got the mail, got the news, went to the post office, dropped something off, got him some phone calls, some Zoom meetings. Anyways, we're just gonna describe his whole day for the rest of the pod. But let's get in. So again, happy birthday. But let's get into phase 2, man.
Yes, sir.
What the fuck does this all mean? Let's go ahead and switch over to the tweet, the infamous tweet. I gotta roll up my sleeves. I gotta get stretched out.
Phase 2.
It's been a minute since we've gotten into the weekend mode, so
it has been a minute.
Right,
man. I mean, I will say I was getting a little worried. I was like, okay, where is the Dawn? I feel like After Hours, it had this very elaborate rollout, several music videos, several live performances as well. We have yet to see any live performance by The Weeknd as this character, or just for the Dawn. Besides, obviously the Amazon live stream that when the album actually came out.
Yeah.
So I was definitely getting worried. I was like, I don't want this. There were some weird takes online where it's like, anybody feel Dawn FM is already dead? And it's like, bruh, like it came out what last month? Like let's give it a second. And lo and behold, Weekend still has some stuff in the works for us, but phase two. So I have my thoughts on what could be coming in phase two, but also I let everybody know. Put it in the chat. We'll read your theories about what we think could be happening. But what do you think is in store for us with this next phase of the dawn?
Yeah. So I think we're obviously going to get a bunch of music videos. I think we're going to get a nice wave of like maybe two to three music videos. I'll get into a little bit what those songs could be. I mean,
Hmm.
I guess I could do it right now.
Yeah. What do
I
you?
think
Yeah. What songs do you think are coming up next?
I think we're gonna go. Is there someone else? I think that
Okay.
right off of Gasoline, we're gonna get to know some of these characters more, young Abel, old Abel, and I think
Hmm.
that's like a perfect kind of cruising song. So we'll kind of get some of that. I think maybe potentially Out of Time. I think that's another one we could
Out of
get just
time.
because I feel like
Definitely.
that fits whatever that picture, whatever music video that picture is supposed to be.
Mm.
You know, I don't know. There's just something about it. It feels like I don't know. And then I think this is not a prediction for phase two, but I think if we're getting to phase three, I feel
Oh.
like that's when Less Than Zero could
Ooh.
come out to play. Now that I know now that we know there's multiple phases to it,
Yeah.
I think Less Than Zero is coming at the very end, like kind of what Save Your Tears was to After Hours. You
Okay.
know, it's kind of like that second gear,
Hmm.
basically. I think that's what Less Than Zero is going to be. But yeah, as for what else Phase Two could entail, I do think we're going to get a couple live performances in this phase. I also think that a couple of people mentioned that I think we're getting a deluxe soon with that. Um, do you I know you I love it when you're angry. Is that
Is that a
the name of
leak?
the song?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the one he posted when announcing his tour dates.
Yes.
Yes, that
Oh,
one.
so he released. Oh, I actually didn't know that. So he released. It was a video, or he
It
posted a
was like
video and it had a track from the Dawn that wasn't on the album that he
that
used.
wasn't on the album. That's why
Okay.
everyone was so confused about it.
Ah.
It's basically this era's Take Me Back to LA
Right. Okay.
because he streamed Take Me Back to LA on his IG live and
I
everyone was like, "Wow, this
I
sounds
remember that.
incredible."
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just never got it. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, maybe I'm trying to
Deluxe.
think.
I
Maybe
could totally
deluxe.
see a
Yeah.
deluxe. Mainly because I mean After Hours got a deluxe. And that was one of the best songs, if not people's favorite song on the album is from the deluxe tracks, or the bonus tracks. But I think Dawn FM needs a deluxe more than After Hours did. Mainly
How come?
because, there are two tracks, maybe three. I'm trying to remember the track list on Dawn FM, but they're like almost I think three tracks that are kind of interlude or just people talking, or
Yeah.
it's like the Every Angel Is Terrifying, which is kind of a half song, half weird, crazy, existential transition into Don't Break My Heart. And
Mhm.
so I think people want more Dawn sound, Dawn, just actual full tracks. So I feel like it definitely could benefit from like three bonus tracks getting tacked on at the end as part of this phase two, phase three kind of thing, if there is a phase three.
Mm.
But yeah, I hope there's a deluxe. And I also hope there's more live performances. I hope he goes on to, I don't know, some like a talk show where like,
Kimmel
yeah,
is
Kimmel,
good.
like he did that one time,
Yeah.
and it ended up being part of the music video, which was super cool.
Oh yeah. That was
But
fun.
I feel like he needs to start being in the public eye more as this character for it to
Yeah.
feel like it's of the same caliber as the After Hours
Yeah.
era. So, but we'll see. I do hope that we get a music video for Out of Time for sure.
Mhm.
I hope we get one for, I don't know if you mentioned or not, but Starry Eyes I felt like could be really cool. Um,
Yes.
I or Like you said, is there someone else? But yeah, we'll see what this still is from. I could definitely see it being from Out of Time. I feel like that he looks like he's wandering, through, his past life or something like that, with all the
Yeah.
reflections. But yeah, I don't know. What else do you guys think could be in store for this next chapter or this next
Yeah, let's look in the
phase?
chat real quick. We got Lacey Smart. I don't know if you've been in the streams before, but welcome if you haven't. I feel like there might be two alternate endings, one where he sees light, one
Hmm.
where he finds more darkness or remains in purgatory. Yeah, we kind of discussed this a little bit in our Don FM breakdown, where the or Afterlife or whatever the next album is going to be called could have a little more kind of interactiveness with it, where you have a chance to either kill him off, or you have the chance to have him retire off in heaven, and as opposed to being in hell, kind of thing.
Yeah.
um so we've kind of had, we have similar ideas, we're on the same wavelength. I
Yeah.
don't know if he's going to provide a definitive ending to Dawn FM, though. I think that the whole point of that album is that it loops and it never
Right.
ends, kind of thing. So yeah, but yeah, really good idea, really cool.
I could
Kurt,
definitely. That's
yeah,
interesting. If he does end up doing that, because that could totally change like the trajectory of what Afterlife, whatever this third album could be. Because we
yeah,
thought that that album is when we would make that decision, but maybe like in After Hours, he does make that definitive. Okay, this is what happens. To his
yeah,
character, which in like Until I Bleed Out, he dies technically. So we'll see. I think we'll see how much more of the story we'll get. That's the main thing I want to sink my teeth into. Is I want
yeah,
more story to this album.
yeah. If it's, especially with if you keep in mind the last deluxe with After Hours, Nothing Compares, Missed You, and then Final Lullaby, they kind of actually fed into the story a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
where we kind of see him in this limbo state, and then Final Lullaby obviously is kind of like the final, like, put to rest kind of thing. So I wonder if maybe a deluxe for Dawn FM would just be more issues that the character is having, kind of thing, just like adding on to
Mm-hmm.
what whatever he's struggling with in purgatory. I could see that being what the deluxe is about, maybe not necessarily adding an ending, but just showing more struggles and more stuff that he's going through.
I can see
But
that.
Curry here brings up an interesting theory. Phase 2 will end with every angel is terrifying, with a tease of afterlife, maybe more snippets of I love it when you're angry.
That would be a cool music video, honestly,
Yeah.
or like just something a visual made by that, or made to that track. I felt like could be
Yeah.
really experimental,
Hmm.
but that also brings up another thing I really wanted was
Mm.
the I think I remember he had some sort of short film or something that he like was talking about.
Yeah, he said one of his favorite things that he's ever filmed. This short film that he's filming.
Yeah,
He said that in a Memento Mori episode, right?
right.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get a glimpse of that because I feel like this it would really help like within the narrative of this album, trying to help us like kind of get more insight as to like what this world is and who this character is and the things he has to deal with and stuff like that. So hopefully we get more teasers or maybe a trailer or something for like whatever the short film could be.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm curious how soon we will be getting things. Clearly, I mean, he's just had his birthday, so maybe by the end of the week or maybe next week, because with the Dawn, the weekend has moved pretty fast when it comes
Hmm.
to dropping stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I'm glad that we're entering in the next, or like he's let us know that there's more stuff coming.
Oh my God. Yeah. Thank God. I felt a little disappointed that we didn't have a great weekend update last week. So I'm happy
Yeah.
that we're back on it. Um, I like what Q and Lockheed, sorry, Lockheed, and Eric Cubius. Oh my God, sorry guys, has are saying here. They're kind of along the same lines. I've read this theory that I kind of like, the idea that these three albums are kind of like the Dante's Inferno thing, where it's like After
Mm.
Hours is hell, you got Purgatory obviously with Dawn FM, and then Afterlife will be hell, or hell, it will be
Heaven.
heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it'll be kind of that journey. Also, hey, super chat, the D Mind,
Oh, I didn't
you
even
know?
see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you, D Mind Studios #2. Oh,
Yeah. So he wants to rule the leaderboard.
damn.
Obviously, we can't see it yet, but when we go back
There.
on,
D Mind. Wait, it'll pop up. There you
there
go.
it
D
is.
Mind Studios clearly has been taking over the leaderboard, but thank you very much. He says,
Yes,
uh, I need more story. At this point, he needs to release his movie. Yes, bro. He
that's
does.
that's gonna be incredible. Yeah.
Um,
Also,
yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I don't have anything.
Yeah, I was gonna start segueing into a little bit of the Idol. We've been seeing
Yes.
like set photos like of some of the co-stars like on set, like they're, them in costume just walking in and out of set.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, wow, like I can't wait for till we see the Weekend on set and what his look is gonna be. Like, is he
Yeah.
gonna be obviously we saw him at the Super Bowl. He was just kind of like in his little mini fro with a I wonder if that's gonna be his look,
Hmm.
or if he's gonna we haven't seen it yet. Or he's about to drastically change his appearance for some. He might be in a prosthetic. We don't even know
True.
at this
He could
point.
be old man Abel. He could be like just the old club
Yeah,
promoter.
imagine. Yeah, all of a sudden, like we've been following this female character or whatever that falls in love with this enigmatic character. We haven't seen him yet, and all of a sudden, dude walks out in old man Abel fit or whatever. That would be insane. But one thing that I actually read was that they had rewritten the scripts and like repurposed the whole show, that it is more of a focus on the Weeknd's character as opposed to the female character.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing because I guess maybe they saw how successful him playing this old man character was and how people are loving it. Maybe
Mm.
they just decided, you know what, let's just fully focus on him. Now that we know that he can carry
Wow.
people's interest and attention, maybe let's just make him the main character,
Yeah.
which is interesting. I don't know. I usually find that like the secondary characters in movies and TV shows are like the fan favorites, and then the primary character just kind of takes us along the journey.
Hmm.
But if he's that good, then why not have our boy be the main character of
I
the
know.
story?
That's
You know?
crazy. I hope that at least means, that they're just giving him more of a another one. D Mine.
Hey,
Thank you very much for the
you know what?
20.
Yeah,
That
you know what, guys? This super chats like this, thank you, D Mind. Thank you. Are exactly why we get upgrades like this and are able to do more things and have clear quality and all that. So we appreciate it every single
yeah.
bit. Season 5 is held on the back of you guys. So thank you.
Damn, D Mine, how are you? You got like both burner accounts in here or something.
I know, going back and forth.
He's got his
Damn.
interns on the in the chat. Thank you, D Mine.
Sheesh.
What if he
Damn,
cuts his
thank you.
hair like buzz cut? That'd be crazy. He'd be
Just
going
super
back,
drastic.
going back to
Yeah,
the
wow.
old Weekend when he had the buzz cut.
Oh my god. Yeah,
But
wow.
no, I'm really curious. I hope that what they meant by that statement that you just mentioned is that Abel is just like has a bigger role in the overall story rather than just being maybe like the bad guy. Maybe we learn more backstory about him, or
Yeah.
he becomes a more prominent character. But either way, it's gonna be super interesting seeing him act in a series, not even like a little small part in a movie, but also
Yeah.
being one of the main characters. Like, I don't know. We'll see like getting into his like acting bag or something for the first time.
EGOT, man. He's getting to
Yeah,
his EGOT bag. I love it. One
dude.
thing, it's an HBO series, I believe. So I
Yeah.
hope, damn, I hope we don't see that much dick in this series as much as we've seen like in Euphoria, because
I think that's just
I
Euphoria.
because goddamn, there's so much dick involved in that show. I just hope that I would that to the point where it takes me out of the show, that I hope that this show is a little more
Yeah,
tasteful.
a weekend sex scene. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, that is absolutely happening. If you think that it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be his 50 Shades of Grey
I know
audition.
y'all are gonna be real creepy in the comments when that comes out. You're gonna be like,
Oh.
can y'all react to that weekend sex scene, frame by
Yeah.
frame, deep analysis, enhance? We're gonna need an hour and 20-minute video just on that scene. Please, can you guys do that, please?
I'm here to tell you straight up, we're not we're
That's
not
not
reacting
gonna
to
happen.
no sex scene. We're not breaking down. There's no deeper meaning to the sex scene. The dude is just having sex in the show.
That's we've
Uh,
made that clear right now. No matter what
yeah.
actually happens in the show.
I don't care if there's like a record vinyl of Afterlife in the background. We're not putting a picture or a clip of a sex scene up on this channel.
You know,
We will get demonetized
yeah.
as hell.
And
for
also,
that, so.
also, the Weeknd seen our videos, and the one that he saw that I always think back to is when we were the original After Hours video when we're like, oh man, they fucked on in the studio. Like, you mean he had his ass cheeks on the keyboard? And I was like, the Weeknd definitely saw that and was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And I think what I put up on the screen was like A scene with Will
The-
Ferrell pressing his ass cheeks up
on
on
the
the window.
window. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it, man. I
He-
already know that when he posted that's funny that you say that. That was literally the first thing I thought of when he posted our video up on his Instagram story.
yeah.
I was like, "Oh god, that
I was
means that
like,
he saw that
I know,
bit."
because I was like, wait, what did I
And,
say? He was just because we were like,
and he
man,
heard
he's
our
simping for this girl. I'm like, oh my god.
and he heard our voices talking about,
Yeah.
him and Selena. I put a
Yeah.
little montage of like a highlight reel of all his relationships. And I was just like, no,
It's going down
also,
bad.
yo,
Oh, thank you.
Lucky,
Lucky
hey,
Smart. Thank you for
yo,
the 25.
what? Can you let us know? We're very interested in this. We've gotten
Krona?
Krona,
Krona?
and we're curious. What currency is that? We just like knowing because
Yeah.
you
What
know,
part of the
we're
world
dumb Americans.
are you
We're
coming
dumb
from?
Americans and have no idea what anything else other than America is. So,
Yeah.
we'd appreciate it if you let us know. Thank you so much again. But yeah, man. Is there anything else we need to discuss regarding this? Anything you're excited about phase two? Anything you want to bring up?
Man, I guess we'll just have to wait and see because I just really hope that this era gets, the attention and the full world building that it deserves, as much
Yeah.
as After Hours did. That was kind of the main contender in our Australian dollar. Oh, shout out
Wow.
Australia. Let us know what
Hey.
time it is over there. You were probably in tomorrow by then. You're speaking to us from the future.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you.
but yeah, no, I think we'll see because when I was reviewing Dawn FM, I said I couldn't really give it a full rating. I kind of
Yeah.
gave it a half and half rating. Because it's not fair to compare it to After Hours. After Hours had a full 2 year run. Dawn
Yeah.
FM is its own thing. So I hope that we get as much content, get as much, world and story as we did with with After Hours last year or last few years. But we'll have to wait and see. But let us know what you guys are interested in us talking about when it comes to phase two.
Mhm.
Obviously, we can kind of just wait. We gotta just be patient for a couple more days. I feel like we'll definitely get something at least by next week
Yep.
about phase two, about whatever that means. But yeah, hit us up on the socials if you want to talk about it.
Yes,
But
sir.
other than
Cheslito,
that,
Matt Mags at
y-
Our Thoughts
yes,
Podcast on Instagram, at Our Thoughts _pod on Twitter. But yeah, man, there we go. There we go. I'm excited for the farewell to the Dawn FM video that we're gonna have to put out. I
yeah,
can't wait to see what we have to say about it. Especially compared to After Hours. Again, that's like the bar right there. After everything is all said and done, so that's gonna be fun and cool. So yeah, I can't wait for that. Yeah. Any last things before we transition into good thought, bad thought?
no, let's do it. I'm ready for this because you guys had some good suggestions in on Instagram for this segment.
Yes. So, good thought, bad thought is a segment that we've done. We did it on a pre-recorded video. I'll link it in the chat here. But basically, we don't have much of. It's kind of hard for us to talk about certain artists when they're not in the news cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily for us, some of these artists that we're gonna talk about are. But we just wanted a platform where we can discuss and critique our favorite or not so favorite artists. And that is why we created this segment, Good Thought, Bad Thought. And here in the chat, there's the previous episode. If you want to check that out later, we covered like The Weeknd, Post Malone, Silk Sonic separately.
Yes,
Who else? The GOAT. You guys have to find out who that was
the goat.
if by clicking on that video. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get started with and also feel free to add your 2 cents in the chat. But let's start off with the man who has dominated the news cycle the last couple of weeks, we alluded to earlier, Kanye West.
Yes.
Give me some good about him, some good thoughts.
All right, let's send some good energy towards Kanye because this guy, our brother, needs it.
Yeah, I have a whole spiel about him, so
Okay.
I will give you some love. Kanye.
Sure. One thing, I mean, you could say a million good things about Kanye, about his artistic ability, what he's done for hip hop, what he's done for rap. I could say he's had obviously one of the greatest albums of all time. But I think the main thing I want to talk about that's good about Kanye is something I didn't really realize until I started watching his documentary, the first
Mm.
episode that's out, and it just went into just who Kanye was before everything. And I feel like one thing people forget is that Kanye has really like fought his whole life. He's fought an uphill battle, and you can kind of just say, oh, whatever, the dude's a billionaire, he's not that. But yeah, you can have billions and billions of dollars, but your life can still suck, and people can still talk shit about you. So,
Yeah.
and that's what's happened his whole life. So I think the one thing I want to say positively about Kanye is that he is probably one of the most like strong-headed, one of the most like innovative, just like voices that we've heard.
Mm.
Whether you like what he says or not, he is a voice, and like I feel like he does say like important things, if in his own right, and I feel like it's the way he gets to what he has to say and what he has to like contribute to conversations. It's very clouded and is also like very controversial, and people all often like see it at face value and be like, "This dude has no idea what he's talking about," but he does. And from the documentary, he was. I mean, if you guys want to check it out, it's on Netflix. But just kind of a little recap, what I'm talking about is like he was in the sphere of like Rockefeller Records, which is like Jay-Z,
Mm.
DMX and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
he was making all these beats for them, and he was in the rotation for years, and they still would not sign him or even take him seriously. And he's already making platinum selling album or records and producing for all these people. And so even when he was like starting out and had the opportunity to be Kanye, nobody gave it to him. And so that's, I felt like, is his downfall his whole life. But he's obviously made a name for himself. So I think one good thing about Kanye is like he will always like fight for like what he wants. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think along that same note, it's just what I find what I admire about him the most, despite or not just talking about how he likes to push music forward, whether it's being super vulnerable, going away from gangster rap, using auto tune and like really being vulnerable in that with auto tune, with
Yeah.
808s and heartbreaks. Yeah, I got so many iconic songs and moments, but that belief in himself is like so so admirable. And like if just to see him, I watched that first episode, and watching him ask the same questions that any artist asks themselves at the beginning of their career. It's questions that I asked myself as we're kind of building this platform,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of, are they going to accept me, doing things, something different than what other people doing, and not worrying about people being like, what the fuck are you doing? What are they talking about?
Yeah.
So to see someone who will who we will come to know as Kanye West, the icon, this, you know, self-proclaimed prophet, get door after door shut in his face, and
Yeah.
doubt himself a little bit, and walk in one door, get signed to Rock Nation, then have multiple other doors closed on him is, it's reassuring, it's inspirational, and it's all that nice things. But I will say, if we go ahead and play the bad music,
Wah,
because of
wah.
that belief, can be kind of a dickhead at times. I want to start off bad thoughts about Kanye with one question: is, do you think Kanye is washed?
Washed.
Yes. Is he a shell of his former self?
Mm.
Does he not make the music to the same quality that he used to?
Unfortunately, when it comes to his music, I will have to agree that he has not
Mm.
been at the same caliber that he has, for honestly, for the past 5 years. I think I said one time in a very kind of, you know, afterthought moment on one of our streams that Kanye's last good sounding album in terms of production, obviously he's a producer, that's like his shit, was The Life of Pablo. Ever since then, I mean, look at everything. I mean, you can, the good music stuff with like Pusha T and like Ye and stuff like that. Like, yeah, those are good EPs of other people's music.
Yeah.
But I didn't think Ye, his EP, was particularly mind blowing producing, sonically. And then you got Jesus is King, which I felt like was his worst sounding album. And then you have, Donda, which is, there's some good tracks on there that sound great. I mean, obviously he had like the Avengers of producers come and lock them in a room, for 2 months to produce the album. But it still has lost the shine and the sheen and like just the charm of Kanye. And it's now kind of just his. I feel like his what he uses music for has changed now. It's now like a way for him to get shit off of his chest and make shit right and like call out people and kind of just proclaim whatever he's going through. Whereas last time he was trying to do something different with music.
Yeah, make art.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so now I felt like, yeah, he definitely is a little bit washed. I felt like his music has taken a downturn, as well as and whatever this spiraling he's been doing with his career and his life. I feel like his music has come down with it. And but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because Donda sold a lot of copy. It did well.
Yeah.
But I do still think that he hasn't made a solid record since The Life of Pablo.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good take. Yeah, we will see what happens this coming week with Donda 2. Apparently, it's supposed to be coming out next week, the 22nd, or is that? Yeah, that would be next Tuesday. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see if he truly is washed. And I'm just protecting myself in the comments if you guys are watching this back later. And Donda 2 is like the most incredible album ever. We recorded this right before.
I would love to be wrong. I would love to be
Yes.
wrong.
Yeah, I hold the same sentiment. I think that we lost him a little bit after The Life of Pablo. That was the last album where I really felt like he went for it. Now it's kind of feel like you said, like a journal basically. So yeah, let's transition to the next artist. One of Curry's, our moderator's favorite artists, Brent Faiyaz.
Yes.
Now I can get started here with some good thoughts about Brent Faiyaz. I think that musically, the way he layers his vocals on songs like DSN, Dead Men Walking, Been Away,
F the World.
very soothing. Sorry?
F the World. One of my favorite
F the
tracks by
World.
Brent Faiyaz.
Yes. Super soothing, like comforting almost. Like you could play it on like at a kickback or something. But then you look at the lyrics, and it's like the most low life piece of shit lyrics ever, and you love it. I love it. We all love it. It's what we love about The Weeknd. Is that he's able to disguise these, dirty, grimy thoughts behind some beautiful voice and beautiful music. Also very consistent. Like he has not put out a terrible record or like something that I'm like, oh, he's not there. Like we lost him or something. Like even on features, one of my favorite tracks from the past year, Found by Thames, like he's able to integrate himself into that like Afro beats, Caribbean dance kind of world.
Yeah.
So, he's super versatile. Yeah. What are some good thoughts you have about Brent Faiyaz?
Yeah, I felt like I do like Brent Faiyaz. I feel like he is kind of paving his own path. I think he's doing that mainly through features though. But
Yeah.
I love some
Gold
some,
Link,
Yeah.
Crew. Yeah.
Yeah. But I love some of his individual tracks. Mainly, like I said, Afterworld is one of my favorites. His voice is great. I feel like he's definitely has a vibe. But if I were to get into my cons about Brent Faiyaz, I feel like he's just a little bit. He kind of just flies a little bit too under the radar in terms of like trying to stand out. Sometimes he fades into the back for me. Obviously there are some standout features that he does, like you said, with Gold Link.
Are you saying like on songs or as he navigates his career as an artist, he's kind of falling back?
As he navigates his career as an artist.
Okay.
Obviously,
Okay.
he sounds great on features, and he has some great singles, but I feel like he is kind of getting washed away by other artists who are of the same caliber, like of the same sound, at least within the alternative R&B world. Because I think I would take Daniel Caesar over a Brent Faiyaz, any day. I would take even like Giveon. I would take a Giveon over Brent Faiyaz too. Obviously, my very subjective opinion. But yeah, no, I just feel like he's good, but he's just it's too there's not enough for me to be like a real true like Brent Faiyaz fan.
Okay.
I like his tracks. I like when he's featured more than his individual songs on his albums. We'll keep it at that.
So are you saying you're kind of right now he's getting the Ty Dolla Sign label right
Yeah,
now?
in my
And
opinion, yeah, he's kind of
okay.
that Ty Dolla Sign caliber, which I will always stand by. Ty Dolla Sign is a better artist on other people's tracks than his own tracks, and you
Hmm.
can see that by his featuring Ty Dolla Sign album was not that well received. But
Yeah.
Kanye will bring the best out of Ty Dolla Sign. He'll bring like the most incredible hook or chorus you've ever heard. So
Yeah.
I feel like I hope Brent Faiyaz doesn't fall too far into that, but that's where he kind of lands in the for me.
Hmm. I'm with that. Yeah, I definitely like his albums. I think, but yeah, I could definitely understand he hasn't done enough. That's my also my bad thought about Brent Faiyaz is that he hasn't done enough. I know he's finishing up an album right now, so we'll see if that's like the breakthrough
Yes,
album, you know. So
excited
I
for
can't wait
that.
for that, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I also think that his recent collaboration with Drake and the Neptunes, "Wasting Time," was left a lot to be desired. You
I
know, it
was
was a
gonna
nice
bring
record.
I was gonna bring that up too because
Yeah.
I totally because when I saw that I'm like Drake and Neptunes this is like
Hmm.
this cannot be like a sleeper single, but it kind of was, which sucked.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted like jaded Drake,
Yeah,
uh, with
maybe it's Drake's
you
fault
know
actually.
maybe yeah. It felt like obviously it was a nice vibe. It was like 2000s R&B hip hop. Like if you played it in the 2000s, it would
Yeah,
fit in perfectly. But like that's not really what I wanted. I know I shouldn't be like putting my expectations onto records, but man, you got Brent Faiyaz, you got Drake, two of the most toxic people
yeah.
on earth,
I mean, you have that
and you give
classic
us.
nerd album art too. I'm like, oh, we going straight back, bruh. It
So
was
yeah,
anything but.
it was some mid. Not gonna lie, it's
Yeah.
good mid, but like mid. Um, so yeah, there's our some good thoughts, bad thoughts about Brent Faiyaz. Let me check on the chat real quick. Yeah, Curry agrees.
Blame Drake
Blame
for
Drake for
everything.
everything. Yeah.
That is the wave we're on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
If Drake is
yeah.
involved, it's his fault.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. As Kester says, high mid. High mid
It's a
is
high
definitely how
mid.
I describe it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's get into this next artist, an artist that I'm very interested to get your thoughts on.
Okay.
Let's get into Doja Cat.
Okay. Doja
Yes.
Cat.
What give me some good thoughts about Doja Cat.
Doja Cat. I mean, first of all, some positives. She makes some really good TikToks. I follow her on TikTok. She's really funny. She's I like how she rides the wave that like Lil Nas X kind of did as like this internet personality slash celebrity, recording artist. I feel
Okay.
like Doja Cat does that super well, and she has a insanely dedicated fan base because of it. Because
Mm,
everyone's like, oh, she's just like me, she's just an
yeah.
average person on social media.
Hmm.
She's also an incredible performer.
Incredible performer.
I always see clips from her shows, like little fan cams people make, and it's like her, performing on stage, her dancing routines. Like she
Hmm.
knows like how to move, and
Oh
she
my
puts on
God.
a great show. And I love the live versions of her songs are incredible. I prefer some of the live versions to the original songs sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think she's just one of those artists that you just kind of have to see live to get the full, experience of Doja Cat, which I would love to do.
Oh
But no,
man.
I think she has some really great tracks, super catchy. I mean, I remember when I first found Doja Cat, it was from her like cow song, and I was like, okay, what is this? And then she obviously
Yeah.
blew up. But I really like the track with her, like the Weeknd. Also, some other cuts that are floating around TikTok, as audio is being
SZA.
used. "Kiss Me More," great
Yeah.
track, one of my favorite. SZA collaboration, or I guess SZA features. It was more of a collab track with both of them, which I think made it even better.
Yeah.
But no, I think Doja is making some great pop music right now, and she's definitely like becoming one of the more prominent artists out of this new generation of up and coming artists from the past years or so, 2 years or so.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I love Doja Cat. I'm in love with Doja Cat.
Oh,
I think she's one of those generational artists that are just always going to be relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Whether, like you said, it's because of her music, whether her social media presence, her performing ability. I actually saw her live at Poptopia. I went there with like a couple friends,
Oh,
and it was just like a bunch of like pop acts. Like they only
yeah.
had like 15, 20 minutes per. It was like Kid Leroy, 24K Golden,
Wow.
Tate McRae, Black Eyed Peas was there.
Yo,
Um,
what?
yeah, we were
They're
bumping
still
to I Got a
performing
Feeling.
together?
Yeah, no, it's not Fergie anymore. It's like some other girl
Oh.
who's like also like half Filipino, which is like really cool. Like she did her
Oh.
thing.
Damn,
So
there's some Filipinos in Black Eyed Peas, bro. Like,
yeah, shout out to Black Eyed Peas,
yeah.
Apple the Apple.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
got
yeah.
her. I'm sorry, I forgot your name, but super dope. But man, Doja Cat was running laps around all of them
Yeah.
performance wise. Like all of them felt like what I was making kind of like alluding to before with hip hop acts, where it's just kind of like, oh, sing that shit,
Hmm.
yeah, scream, whatever. They just kind of like that. But Doja, like she was like doing like some crazy move where she was like twerking like along the stage, and like she did like some crazy butterfly like while she was
Oh
on the
shit.
floor, like on her back, kind of like a reverse worm while singing what song was it?
She's doing
um
acrobats.
yeah, while singing hey, you need to know, well,
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
while
yeah.
doing that song. Like
Wow.
she is incredible. She's like this generation's Britney Spears, and she's gonna be incredible. But
Yeah.
bad thoughts, you seem like you're holding something back. Let's hear it.
Don't try
Let's
to
hear it.
trash.
Yeah.
L
Yeah.
artist ratio. No.
Yeah. Mid Ed Sheeran better.
Mid.
Well, that part's
Yeah,
true.
that is. Um, no, I think the one thing I'll have to say about Doja Cat is I honestly don't like a lot of her songs.
Mm.
I think that she has some great individual tracks, but some tracks I hear and I'm like, oh my god, I cannot fucking stand her voice.
Mm.
It's just the kind of when she gets really high pitched and it gets really, I don't know. It's just sometimes the lyrics, I'm like, this is some corny shit, and then
I
she,
heard from a friend of a friend that dick was 10 out of 10.
yeah, so yeah, something like I'm like, all right, or he's like he got off white on right. Damn, he could dress. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, and so
I want that edited into the song. Is Matt says.
that's how it sounds.
Yeah.
So not my favorite songs. I like her. I like her as an like and her look and her like as an artist, but I cannot vibe to some of her tracks. I love the tracks she does with other people because then
Mm.
she just like
In that world with that
she's
artist.
creating, it's more of a collaborative thing and they create a new type of song. But if you like just purely a Doja like a cut from a Doja Cat album, I probably won't like it because I'll just be
Yeah.
like, nah, go back to that scissor track,
Hmm.
But yeah, that's my hot take. My one
Okay.
con about Doja is yeah, I don't like her music.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My bad thought is I kind of just don't like anything you do as an artist.
Yeah. You can kind of keep that to yourself, but hey, keep dancing though. You're really good at that.
Amazing. Yeah, no. I happen to like her music, but what I will say is that okay, chat room story aside, that whole thing was weird.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I didn't even get
that
into.
whole thing was
Yeah,
crazy. Not even gonna get into that. That's a bad thought in and of itself.
yeah.
But we got to get through some of these other artists. She came out with a single very recently. Celebrity Skin, I think was the name of it's called, and it's kind of her going into like a punk vibe. And I was like, I'm good. I don't need this. I don't. You can keep that one. That
Punk
one was.
vibe.
It wasn't really nice. It was kind of like her doing like an Avril Lavigne. It was like her doing an Olivia Rodrigo impression, who was doing an impression of Paramore or like
Oh,
Avril Lavigne. So it was like not.
every
It was
pop
not good.
artist feels like they have to do some sort of punk thing eventually. They have
Yeah.
to step into rock or something for
Show
some
that they're
reason.
edgy.
Yeah,
You know.
that they're versatile.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just make another cow song. That's fine. That's my
Make
favorite
another.
song.
Make another cow song. I just hope that's not where she goes with the rest of her career. Is like trying to just latch on to the different trends or whatever. I hope she actually like
No,
I don't know, finds her own niche.
yeah, I think if she tapped into more pop, like the pop aspect of her songs, and kind of leaned away from the rap part of her song. It might be better. But
Hmm.
obviously, if you're a Doja Cat fan, then you're a Doja Cat fan, and nothing I say is gonna matter to you. But if for me, I would like if she kind of
Yeah.
went just fully pop. But
Yeah.
those are my bad thoughts.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. 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 Let's get into this next artist, Freddie Gibbs. Now,
Yes.
one of the absolutely, I say this all the time, anytime we mention him, one of the most charismatic, soulful rappers to ever grace the mic. You know,
Yes.
I genuinely feel like he can straight in a rap beef on any given day dominate your favorite rapper,
Yep.
Matt's favorite rapper, my favorite rapper. He can go toe to toe with him on any day, whether it's the bars, his slippery, his that flow, the delivery of it is
Yep.
always so amazing and so stand out. The beat selection as of lately has been really stand out with recent collabs with Madlib,
Oh my
The
god.
Alchemist. I think he's just a rapper's rapper,
Yeah.
uh, but also like but if you have like a ear for R&B, he also appeals to that because his voice is like even when he raps, he sounds like he's singing a little bit.
Mhm.
It's kind of weird. It's like a talk, sing, rappy type thing. It's very hard to. But if you go and listen to like songs like Soul Right, um, what's the song off Alfredo that he kind of does it. But I'll look it up. But yeah, his he's just really good at what he does. And obviously you
Hmm.
got the Coke bars in there, so it sounds super, you know, kind of alpha and male and super hip hop kind of thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, what are some of your good thoughts about Freddie Gibbs?
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, Alfredo, one of the best rap albums I've heard as of recently. I think
Mm,
obviously last year was a great year for rap, but there nothing last year could have topped Alfredo. I will say there is an album this year that is kind of riding that same wavelength. Earl Sweatshirt's album, Sick, I feel like gives
mm,
that same vibe and even kind of expands on some of the things that was happening on Alfredo. But no, Freddie Gibbs is like a master on the mic, bro. Like
mm-hmm.
he just his voice, the cadence, like even his features on other tracks, like and the fact that he's made so much music already, and like all the past his past 2 to 3 albums all could have won Grammys in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think he's long overdue for that best rap album Grammy. I thought he was gonna get it with Alfredo,
Mm-hmm.
but no, he is one of my favorite rappers right now. His voice is it's so satisfying to hear him rap because he's like has that super deep voice, kind of like similar to Tyler. And so
Mm-hmm.
when he did like one of my favorite songs of last year was something to rap about, which was him and
Yes.
Tyler,
Oh,
and the instrumental on that, and like just him working with the Alchemist, and then with his new album coming out, that's like Madlib, Pharrell, Alchemist, like all like just the Avengers of producers. Like
mm-hmm.
he has to win the Grammy for best rap album with whatever he's dropping this year.
Oh my
But
God.
no, he's a goated rapper, like one of my favorites. He's also fucking crazy on Twitter and Instagram. So
Yeah.
don't follow him. Honestly, don't follow him on there because he just reposts and like retweets the weirdest shit that I don't want to see.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Let's get into our bad thoughts. That's part of my
Okay,
is like
is
his
that your
social
bad
media
thought?
present. That is my bad thought actually. Is that it can be it's you will see things that you wish you never saw, you never think you'd see
He's been suspended from Twitter and Instagram like multiple times.
so many times. He's wanted to get into fights and
Yeah.
he's posted a lot of just flagrant shit on there. I
Yeah.
think is how I'm gonna describe it. Wow.
Flagrant.
Yeah. I don't even know. But yeah, what's your bad thought about
Okay.
Freddie Gibbs?
There aren't too many bad things I can say about Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, this for me personally, this was the hardest
Yeah.
act for me to give a bad thought on. So I
I
tried.
I will say I know it's part of his whole image and it's like his brand, but we can lay off the cane train and the coke bars for a
Mm,
little bit because I like his stuff where he talks more about introspective and talks about like some real shit, but then he has full on bar like songs that are just about the cane train, and I'm like, all right,
yeah.
but I mean those are the most hype songs, so I'm like I kind of love them at the same time, but like every song on Alfredo, he's like, Kane Train. Like every
Yeah.
that he starts every song like that. That's like barely a con. I mean, it's kind of funny and like
Hmm.
iconic at the same time. But other than that, I literally have nothing bad to say about Freddie Gibbs.
I know.
He's incredible.
Here, how about this? To make up for that, what's a bad thought? What do you think about Alfredo, fettuccine Alfredo,
The pasta,
the pasta, the dish?
it's all right. Not
It's
my
all right.
favorite. It's not my favorite pasta.
A little overrated.
Definitely overrated. Alfredo's not even like Italians actually don't eat Alfredo pasta.
Yeah, it's kind
It,
of Americanized. It's like
yeah,
fortune cookies, I guess, or like
yeah.
California rolls for
Or
sushi.
they don't make like burritos in Mexico or something like that, or like that was like a
Yeah,
they only eat tacos. Yeah, I like I mean, I felt like it was a great rap album name, Alfredo, because I just felt
Alfredo.
like that's what the bars and the beats on that album just felt creamy. It's a little
Okay, there you
sauce
go.
on there.
A little blurb for you, Freddie Gibbs, if you want to use that. This album was creamy as fuck.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my God. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I like that. I like that. We'll end Freddie Gibbs section on that. All right. So last two here, two of the biggest artists of all time. Some of the biggest artists of all time. Let's get into Drizzy Drake. We talked about Kanye. Oh no. Sorry. We want to talk about Michael Jackson first. Sorry, I messed up there.
Oh,
So
okay.
you now you know who we're talking about last. But yeah,
Yeah,
let's talk about
MJ.
Michael Jackson. Do you think do you think he's still the greatest of all time?
Um, Honestly, MJ's kind of mid,
And just
kind of a
overrated.
L singer.
Yeah. Overrated. He wouldn't be able to last in this time. He wouldn't even make it to Billboard Top 100 if he was making music
Yeah,
at this time.
kind of mid. I mean, if you compare, I mean, you brought up Drake. If you compare him to Drake, I mean,
Yeah.
Drake's made a song. Have you heard "What a Time to Be Alive"? I think that honestly beats out Thriller, tenfold. I think "Way Too
Look,
Sexy" is better than any Michael Jackson song we've ever heard.
I was gonna say Drake could make "Rock with You" or "Thriller," but Michael Jackson could not make "Way Too Sexy" or
This is true. This is
or "In
true.
My Feelings." Could you
Or "In
imagine
My Feelings."
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson couldn't make "Hotline Bling."
Absolutely not.
No.
What?
Yeah.
I, there's one person on the comments of our Don FM video that was like saying because we had a segment on Quincy Jones and we were talking. I said something like, "Oh, um, to say that Quincy Jones produced the Holy Trinity of Michael Jackson albums, blah blah blah, it would be underselling his impact." He took it as like, "Yo, you guys are disrespecting Michael Jackson. Like, you guys don't give him his respect." So I love the idea that you're watching this video right now and you're fucking pissed. You're fucking
This one's for
throwing
you.
your keyboard. You're throwing your
Drake is
laptop on.
better than Michael Jackson, okay? Have you
Yeah.
heard have you heard Champagne Poetry?
Yeah.
The best opening track?
Have you heard girls like girls?
Yeah.
Do you think that Michael Jackson would be able to sing about his preferences like that?
No. No, he
No,
wasn't allowed to.
never. Yeah, yeah.
We're
So
speaking
yeah,
only facts.
literally, yeah. Oh my
Um
God.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So
But
sorry, Michael Jackson. You low key fell off. I mean,
yeah,
we haven't had a Michael Jackson album in what? How many years? You
yeah,
fell
yeah.
off,
What
bro.
happened there, man? You, yeah, yeah. Let me know. He's been inactive for way too long. I've heard that
For real.
if we're gonna make that critique about Kendrick, we're gonna also do it about Michael Jackson. Drop an album already. You dropped Love Never Felt So Good, but you needed Justin Timberlake's help with that. What's the deal with
L
that? Yeah,
L.
Michael Jackson needs help
It's okay.
to be good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I mean, obviously Drake put him on, with
Drake put him on.
with his
Yeah,
track
yeah,
on
yeah.
Scorpion.
Yeah, yeah. Don't matter to me. Put
Don't
Michael
matter.
Jackson on the map. So thank you to Drake for showing us Michael Jackson. Even though, what has he done with that? He hasn't really capitalized on that moment. I feel like we're still
It's
waiting
all
on him
good.
to drop some. D
Oh, D
Mind,
Mine, what do you gotta say
yo.
about this?
Yo,
did you say?
this should clear things up.
Stop making me
Um,
laugh. Thank you for the
Oh
insight.
God.
You're sorry.
Yeah. Okay, we'll stop now. All right, so let's
We-
get into some good thoughts about Michael Jackson. That was a whole. I don't know what came into into our souls at that time. We're sorry, but give us some good thoughts about Michael Jackson.
Some good thoughts. You know, I mean, it's Michael Jackson, so like, what more can I say? But I will say,
Yeah.
like personally, I've been getting into. You kind of been putting me on to his more, album cuts, which has been really fun.
Oh, for sure.
So I honestly only kind of listen to the greatest hits by Michael Jackson. But I've been getting into, the deeper cuts, his more slow tracks, those R&B vibes on
Oh yeah.
Thriller and off of, some of his more anniversary or deluxe albums and stuff. But no, yeah, I mean, it's Michael Jackson.
Yeah. He's the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest performer we've ever witnessed. Invented the whole, not invented, but did the whole moonwalk thing, the whole leaning forward
True.
in this place.
My favorite thing is going back and watching videos from like the 80s of Michael Jackson, and like there's this one video where he arrives to his hotel in like Europe or something, and
Mhm.
he's like, "Oh, should I go say hi to everyone?" And like he goes out in the balcony, and it's literally like half of the world is outside on the street. Like
Yeah.
it's like millions of people. And he's like, "Hello, hello." And
Hey,
I'm like, "Do you
everyone.
not realize like this is like the most people I've ever seen condensed into one area. Like that's how many
Yeah.
people were like there just to see him." So the
And he's
level of
just like, hey,
famous that he
I
was.
love you all.
I know, yeah,
He's
he's like,
like
"Hello, hello." And he
so soft
all you hear
spoken.
is like just like just screams for miles. Like this dude was so famous. It's crazy.
Another video I love of Michael Jackson is the one where he's just like standing there, very like, just, oof, and like fireworks are happening,
Hmm.
and then you just see like people passing out,
Oh
screaming,
yeah.
like literally people are getting dragged out,
He hasn't.
and
It's
then
like a 20-minute video, and he doesn't say a single word.
yeah, and then there's and then there's a video of someone, like a lady's all passed out, and someone's trying to wake her up by slapping her in the face.
She's like,
Like, wake up! You gotta see Michael Jackson. Like,
and he's just there, like,
yeah, I
and
love
everyone's
it.
like, he like as he looks, everyone just like faints. Everyone's like, so
Yeah,
insane.
yeah, and no, and also, just to give some genuine compliments to Michael Jackson, just because I feel like, we've been we've been kind of like kind of ragging on him, and then also talking about, we were just kind of joking around a little bit, but yes, he has made some of the greatest pop songs you've ever heard. Rock with You is my personal favorite one, followed by Lady in My Life, off of Thriller, really great record. What are some of your favorite Michael Jackson songs before we get into some bad thoughts? Even though I feel like we kind of did a bad thought segment earlier.
Yeah, that can
Uh,
be our bad thought segment.
there you go, there you go, there you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
So,
no, I mean some of my favorite Michael Jackson songs. I mean Billie Jean for sure,
oh
Smooth
yeah,
Criminal. I love. I mean, back when I was a kid, I mean, I love like Bad, and I love Weird Al's versions of Michael Jackson songs,
yeah.
and
I'm fat,
yeah,
I'm
all of
fat,
that.
you know it. Yeah,
But no, Rock with You is great. But yeah, no, I mean I listened to all of his greatest hits all the time as a kid. So all
yeah,
the Thriller, got to play that at the Halloween function.
yeah.
But yeah, no,
Also, of course, the biggest good thought we got to give him is that he set the blueprint for some of our favorite artists. Bruno Mars,
Ed
The
Sheeran,
Weeknd, Ed
Nav,
Sheeran,
NBA
Nav,
YoungBoy, Drake. Actually, Drake put him
all of
on.
yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Come on now,
Drake laid
Drake
down.
influenced
Drake
Michael. Yeah,
Drake walked so Michael Jackson could run.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what we're rolling with. Yeah.
I think that's what we'll end on for Michael Jackson.
Yes, there you go. A little bad thought, good thought for Michael Jackson there.
Yeah.
Now, let's get into this last one. I already spoiled it for you guys. Jersey Drake. Let's get into, what are some good thoughts you have about Jersey Drake?
All right, some good
Aubrey
thoughts.
Graham.
Some good thoughts about Aubrey.
Yes.
His old albums are some of my favorites. Still, I can
Wow,
always.
your very first good thought is your old shit was great.
His old shit is great. Nothing was the same. Come on, the deluxe.
Truly, nothing was the same.
Nothing was the same. If you're reading this, it's too late. Definitely too late for him now. No, I mean Drake. He had some great singles. I actually really enjoyed, his Care Package projects that he released,
Yes.
the last couple of years. I really like Dark Lane demo tapes. I love the I guess it was just called Care Package or Scary Hours. That stuff. I kind of liked when he did those kind of one-off little, care packages, I guess, is
Yeah.
what he called them.
Yeah.
And Drake will always be Drake. I'm glad that his old stuff lives on, because that's kind of the only thing I will be listening to from Drake.
Mm.
Um, yeah. Those are my good thoughts.
I love it. I love that your good thoughts boiled down to it are he his old shit was amazing, and
And
he
that's it.
makes and that's it. Yeah, and he makes music when he doesn't try to make like an album basically.
I like that stuff when he's
Yeah, when he's just able to go off like crazy.
I love the era where he was kind of working with all the other, like a bunch of other artists. You know, obviously like he put like Giveon on the map, and then his kind of little run with Lil Baby, towards Lil Baby's come up. You know, with Gunna. I really like Look Alive and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
that era, I thought was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Okay, yeah. Let's get into our let me get my good thoughts real quick.
Okay.
I think I'll give him some slack here. I think he's one of the most meticulous artists we've ever seen. Like very calculated. He knows what kind of song is gonna hit the radio.
True.
You know, he
He's
got
a good ear for
In My
that.
Feelings. Yeah, he has a good ear for that. Um he has hits on top of hits, you know, like when we go back in like 20 years, there's gonna be a highlight reel, like this is Drake or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be like 50 songs long. Whether we like the records or not, we will look back and be like, yo,
Yep.
this was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of revolutionized rap in terms of, you know, making R&B more of a
He blended the
more
two.
integrated into rap kind of thing.
He's had some great moments with the Weeknd as well. Some you know, Crew Love and stuff like that.
Yeah, help put other Toronto artists on the map.
Passion Fruit, one of my favorite songs of all time.
Passion Fruit, my favorite Drake song. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
you know.
we gotta yank it out. Like
Yeah, if you're reading this is too late. Some of the
amazing
best,
album.
some of the best rapping I've heard from him. Like he did so much with the minimalist beats kind of thing. I had some great collabs. Let's just get right into it, man. Bad thoughts. I'll start off with this. I would start off with this. I wouldn't say he fell off a cliff after If You're Reading This Is Too Late, but I'd say that he took a ladder and is slowly climbing down that cliff. Like he is very, like some albums he'll take a couple steps at a time and like boom, we're halfway down. But then other albums it's still on his way down, but he's, you know, he's making his steps down, like kind of thing.
I see what you mean.
That's my take. He is slowly getting down that cliff, very sure, slowly but surely, but he's coming down. Do you think he like jumped off, or are you kind of like along the same?
I think he's like one step before jumping off right now.
He's ziplining.
He's teetering. He's teetering on the edge right now. That, you know, there's only like one rung left on that ladder, in my opinion.
Okay.
CLB, I mean, yeah, look at the chat. CLB was trash, you know, all that. Everyone, yeah, damn, RIP current Drake, exactly. Drake, unfortunately, has delved so far down into, now he's just kind of a businessman, and he likes the numbers, and he plays the charts. And so he makes AI, like soft, weird, corny music that is like not AI. You know, it is Drake. You know, I will say it sounds like a Drake song. But he's been talking about the same shit for so many years that I'm like, when are we gonna get? Please, can we talk about something else? He's talking about how he has no friends in the industry. How
you have like a stacked feature list.
With you have every rapper that we've heard of, and we haven't heard of, and you're putting people on. We've heard how he girls don't understand him. And
don't trust him.
Don't trust him.
Issues.
Yep. How he's toxic and he likes toxic girls.
Mm-hmm. He has a son.
He has a son now. That's new.
Kind of new. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Certified Lover Boy was the fastest like I've ever stopped listening to an album after it's come out. You know, I mean, when it comes to artists, you know, I won't have to like them, you know, especially if it's like a big name like that. I'll usually give it a good amount of listen and try and find what I like. The next day I was like, I'm not listening to this album. So, which sucks because night before CLB came out, I listened to If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, because I'm like, oh, this is it. Oof. We're getting back into Drake's conceptual album. Like, it's gonna be a cohesive sound, and it like literally was so. I mean, cut to DJ Academic sleeping on stream. I mean, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, that's like if DJ Academic sleeping on a Drake album is like if we like during Dawn FM we're just like
yeah, if we were
like we are we are kind of like the propaganda piece for the week is the same way that DJ Academics is for him.
Yeah.
So to have him sleeping during the highly anticipated Drake album, the first true album since Scorpion, says a lot.
Yeah.
It says a lot without saying much.
Curry has some facts in the chat here. He's saying right now, I mean, he fell off, talking about Drake, and Ed Sheeran has been carrying. But DJ Khaled also helping Ed Sheeran run the business. I don't know what the business is, but he's running it and doing better than Drake.
And then DJ Khaled, recently linked up with the Ye. He got him all suited and booted.
Yep.
You see that wardrobe change?
The nicest, the best Ye impression I've seen. Yep.
I know. Did he put on Kanye's clothes? Because like it was literally the same exact outfit. Did they do like a little wardrobe change? And then are we gonna get like a TikTok reveal where it's like they turn and then they're in each other's clothes, like a little clothes swap kind of deal?
I don't know. I think DJ Khaled was just being hella weird, and he was like, "Let me study every article of clothing he's wearing so I can buy it for myself." And he even got the rain boots on. I was like, "Man, you don't like those boots." Like,
yeah, you just go back to your tropical floral shirts and shorts.
Your Khaled.
Man. Yeah. I swear to God, if we get him in his like serious like gospel era, his bag for this next album, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think we're gonna change this channel.
The next DJ Khaled album just gonna be a black square, oh my God. And it's just gonna be, I don't know, what's his son's name, Lion, whatever his son's name is.
I think he already did that though. I think he already Son of Assad. I think
Assad.
I think he did some
Father
like that
of Assad.
Father of Assad. Yes.
So next one is just gonna be Assad, black square.
with a period at the end of Assad, so it's like for real, like,
and then it'll just be like first track, Khaled, Khaled.
Not Assad.
Khaled. No,
it's just gonna be his name.
Not Assad. Khaled, and then it's just be like, we the best, Khaled.
No, yeah, it's gonna go we the best, and then link straight into the next song.
Yeah.
The artistry.
Yeah.
That's gonna be. I'm surprised we haven't actually done a good thought, bad thought on DJ Khaled. So, I mean, if we can even think of a bad thought, maybe that's why we haven't done it, is because we both know.
Yeah, I can't even fathom even a negative thought about him.
Yeah. So let's see. Maybe the next edition for our thoughts pod, good thought, bad thought. We'll really try to think of a DJ Khaled bad thought. But yeah, there you go. Good thought, bad thought.
Yes, sir.
Let us know if you guys disagree with any of our takes. If we're asinine, if we're out of pocket, let us know. But as for right now, we got a little bit of time. We just got a couple minutes. We're kind of winding down here. If you guys have any quick questions regarding just Q&A, just let us know. Just hit us in the chat. We're kind of just our last call.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, what have you been listening to? What's in your rotation, man?
Ooh, man, I have been on a deep dive into funk music right now.
Yes, dude.
It's interesting because my my interest in music is very linear in that I'll start with one thing and that'll lead me to the next, and then I'll kind of get into that. And so obviously I started with rap was kind of the first genre I was really diving deep into, and I goes R&B, and then alternative R&B, and then that alternative R&B went into kind of this funk / indie vibe, and now I'm fully into funk music right now, and going way back. I'm listening to Confunction, I'm listening to Isley Brothers. I'm going way back into the deep cuts, and it's been super fun. I've been listening to, here, let me bring up a couple tracks, or a couple albums that I've recently added to my library. But uh, I'm gonna say okay. I'm gonna like mispronounce this, but Kron Kronbing and Leon Bridges made a
Mm-hmm.
collaborative couple songs together called Chocolate Hills, and it is definitely a vibe. I discovered this guy named Corey Wong. I sent him to you. He was like his ensemble. It just like it kind of blows. It's kind of like jazz and funk at the same time. But
Mm.
this his songs are insane. They're like the energy the majority of them are instrumental, but the energy of all the tracks are so like in your face and like loud and like super passionate. That's been super fun to listen to. And then obviously I've been listening to Isley Brothers, Go for Game, or sorry, Go for Your Guns by Isley Brothers. And
Mm.
what's crazy is like when you go back into these, these deep cuts, kind of crate dig albums back in like 70s or 80s, you can
Mm-hmm.
see how much of today's music is sampled or like influenced
Yeah.
by them. I mean, there's what's the song called by the Isley Brothers? Footsteps in the Dark. I can name four songs that uses that song as a sample.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So that's
Yeah. The
been
most.
my latest obsession on Spotify. I've been spending like a lot of hours just digging on Spotify.
Yeah, I've been benefiting from your recent kind of admiration for this music as I asked for you for some cuts, and sure enough I've been loving it. So I appreciate you on that. Yeah, Footsteps in the Dark is for sure one of those records that when I first listened to it, I was like, I remember walking up to my sister and being like, yeah, or no, how I found out about that song was because Sir did a
Mm-hmm.
cover of it. And I was like, yeah, this song Footsteps in the Dark, like Sir did a sick cover of it, or a sick uh like made a sick song called Footsteps in the Dark. She was like, that's an old song, right? So I went
Mm-hmm.
back and obviously like it's sample for I forget if it's Ice Cube's Today Was a Good Day or
Yes.
okay, yeah, it was Ice Cube.
Yeah,
So
Ice
yeah.
Cube.
And then there's
Yeah.
another record that Notorious B.I.G. sampled for
Yeah.
Hypnotize.
Yes. Well, it's the
So
same. It's the same.
it's the
Isley
same
Brothers
one.
song. Yeah,
Okay,
it's like
there you
literally,
go.
and then Thundercat also used it for the beginning of them changes. The like, the
Yeah,
same
yeah, yeah,
drum
yeah.
pattern.
Huh.
Also, the new Silk Sonic track that came out, "Love's Train." That's a cover or
Yeah.
just a remake of "Love's Train" by Confunction. So I'm like making all these dots in my mind, like, oh
It's
shit,
coming.
like
Yeah.
everything is from funk music, like.
Yeah. It
So
feels
it's been
like you were
super
like
fun.
destined to like listen to this
Yeah,
like,
everything was pointing me there. I'm like, okay, this. And so when I started listening to it, I'm like, why does this music make so much sense right now?
hmm. Oh
So
my God, dude.
it's been fun.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. I love it. As for me, uh, I think I've been really kind of going back and listening to a lot of the 2021 albums, just in anticipation for the Our Thoughts Awards. So I've been some of my standout albums that I've been like really kind of loving was uh, this isn't gonna spoil like any of the awards or whatever. Go check out Thames if Orange was a place. Basically, it's like this really like good Caribbean,
Mm.
island vibey type song. Brent Faiyaz, an artist we just talked about, is on there. Mild High Club, Going Gone,
Oh, I've
really
heard
good
of this.
record.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lakia My Time. That if you guys want like a real rap, hip hop, upbeat type vibe, like it's kind of like I'll be honest here, it's kind of like what Meg The Stallion wants to do,
Mm.
but better. Like it's really good. It's like real hip hop, like for real,
What
like
was this one?
good.
Say it again.
My Time, specifically the Gangsta edition, Gangsta Grills edition.
Oh shit.
Uh, yeah, if you guys enjoyed, if you're reading this, it's too late because of the presence that DJ Drama,
DJ
DJ
Drama,
Drama had on there.
Gangsta
You guys will
Grills.
enjoy this album. It's really sick like that.
Dope. I'll definitely listen to that.
Yeah, another one last album I'll recommend to you guys. Such a vibe if you guys are in for like a late night, you know, neon lights R&B vibe. Smino, Black Swan.
Mm.
It's spelled BLKSWN. No consonants, and good vibes on there, man.
Fire. I've
Really
also
nice.
been listening to that new Saba track or record too that just came out last week.
Oh fuck! I have not checked that out. Okay, there you
It's
go.
really good. Really good.
Damn. Okay, I will definitely be checking that out. Is it
Few Good Things by Saba.
okay? Well, how would you describe it real quick for the listeners?
Um, it's like really silky, and also the production. First of all, is a great hybrid between this rap R&B, and it kind of just dances between those two genres the whole time.
Mm,
But I kind of give it a long similar vibe to like House is Burning by Isaiah Rashad, that kind of
mm,
laid backness, but
okay,
just a great vibe, very easy to put on in the background, and it just kind of like sets the mood. So
I
yeah, I feel
love
like it's
it.
a good like album to like start your day with.
Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, no. Then I might just wait for tomorrow to listen
Yeah.
to it because that sounds like a nice vibe. Here, let's run through some quick questions, and then we'll call it a night.
All right, so let's do it.
All right. So, it says when is the next making another album? Love doing those. Oh, drafts. Yeah,
Ooh,
we'll do another draft. We'll
we'll for sure do another one.
have some ideas. Obviously, with Kanye dropping, maybe
Maybe creating the best Kanye album. That might be fun.
that might be really cool. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm definitely down for
Yeah.
that.
After the
Yeah.
Our Thoughts Awards, so obviously next week, that's
Yeah.
gonna be a crazy thing. Maybe that's what we do next the week after. So
Let's do it.
stay tuned for that. All right, lock that in. What is your guys' go-to genre or artist to listen to on a given day? That's by K. Thank you for asking.
I mean, right now for me is funk, but usually
Yeah.
I have been in an alternative R&B state of mind the past like
Mhm.
year or so.
Mm,
There will be I have to really be in a mood to like if I'm gonna listen to rap or something like that.
mm.
But usually R&B, alternative R&B. Sometimes I'll get into like alternative rock or something like that. But lately it's been funk music, 24/7.
Yeah, man. Oh, that I'll say with genres, I gravitate towards R&B and hip hop all the time, but or most of the time, I lean towards R&B towards the winter, but
Hmm.
as now it's spring a little bit, I'm kind of getting more into, my rap bag like Mad Libs,
Oh, it's
Jay-Z.
seasonal.
I like yeah, my seasonal vibes.
Yeah.
Reasonable Doubt, one
Mm.
Jay-Z's greatest albums,
Ooh, I've
is
been
one I
listening.
like to put on.
I've been
Yeah,
listening to a lot of Jay Dilla as of recently.
Jay Dilla. Yeah,
His
yeah, yeah,
Donuts
yeah.
album has been
Mm,
an amazing vibe. I've also kind of delved really far deep into MF Doom's discography now.
mm.
His what is it, Roots or something volume. Just
Oh,
it's like what is it called? It's basically a 9 volume like mixtape of just beats and like just like really it's just a vibe. Oh yeah, Metal Fingers presents Special Herbs, the box set, volume 0 through 9, as something I've been
mhm.
spinning a lot. So in terms of rap, I've been kind of getting into. I've been throwing it back a lot. Two
Oh,
thousands.
yo, you've been throwing
Hey
it
yo,
back a
throwing
lot.
it back to MF Doom.
Hey,
Come on
I
now.
fuck with it. I like it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that's gonna. On that note, on the note of Matt throwing it back to MF Doom, let's call it a day. You know
Sure. We'll
what?
end on that before I say
Yeah.
anything else sus.
Thank you so much for coming, guys. It's always a blast. It's always a pleasure being here with you guys every Thursday.
Yeah.
Tune in again. Tune in next week. If you are here, I better see you next week for the Our Thoughts Awards. Come dressed to the nines again. At this time, think about it like this. At this time next week, an artist we all love will be performing on this
Live
podcast.
performance. Live performance.
Wow.
All right, come on
Dude, can
now.
you real quick, can you believe we actually got
This
them? Like,
person? I don't know, man. It's been a journey, but anyway, y'all.
it's all because of you guys.
It's all because
Thank
of
you
you.
so much.
All right, y'all. Time for us to log off. But thank you for joining us. See you next week for Our Thoughts Awards. Peace.